From that moment, the boy was no longer just the wandering fakir. He became known as Sai Baba. His serene demeanor and divine aura now drew villagers to him with a mix of curiosity and reverence. Once again, he chose to live under the neem tree, meditating deeply and offering solace to those who sought him. Among those who noticed Baba's return was Bayaja Bai, the devoted woman who had first met him under the same neem tree years earlier. As soon as her eyes fell on him, Bayaja Bai felt a wave of maternal love, and she was drawn to care for him as though he were her own son. Memories of her earlier encounters with the young fakir flooded her heart.
Bayaja Bai, you have been my sister for the last 7 births.
These words reflected an eternal bond they shared, a connection transcending time and lifetimes. Seeing Baba again, now grown but still exuding the same calm and divine energy, stirred her maternal instincts even more strongly. Her love for Baba deepened, and she took it upon herself to ensure his well-being like before. In those early days, Baba often wandered into the dense forests surrounding Shirdi, meditating in solitude amidst thorny bushes and cacti. While some villagers dismissed him as a mad fakir, Bayaja Bai saw him as a divine child in need of care. Every day she prepared fresh bread and vegetables, placing them in a basket, and set out into the forest to search for him. Sometimes she found him sitting under a tree, lost in meditation. On other days, she had to roam far and wide, calling out his name and braving the harsh terrain. When she finally found him, she would gently approach, falling at his feet in reverence, and lovingly served him the food she had brought.
You must eat. A mother's heart cannot bear to see her son go hungry.
On some days, Baba resisted eating, his focus on his austerities unbroken. But Bayaja Bai's motherly love and persistence won over his silence. She would feed him with her own hands, her eyes brimming with affection, urging him to eat. Baba accepted her love, knowing it came from a place of pure devotion. Over time, Baba's connection to the villagers grew stronger. He began providing herbal medicines to the sick and needy. He treated all with equal compassion, but Bayaja Bai and her young son, Tatya were particularly dear to him. Tatya would often accompany his mother when she brought food to Baba, forming a bond with the fakir that would deepen over the years. One day, Baba decided to leave his life of wandering in the forest. He stood beneath the neem tree, praying silently and bowing to the sacred ground where he had once meditated, and to his guru, to whom he attributed his spiritual wisdom. The site was named as Gurusthan, meaning the place of the guru. He then moved into the dilapidated mosque in Shirdi, where some villagers helped to clean up the place. It was later known as Dwarakamai, where he welcomed all who came to him. This decision brought great relief to Bayaja Bai, sparing her the grueling daily treks into the wilderness. Bayaja Bai, together with her husband and their son Tatya, continued to bring the food offerings and care to Baba. Her love and her role as his caregiver was not merely a duty, it was an expression of her soul's connection to him. In Shirdi, there lived a man named Bhagoji Shinde, whose life was marked by immense suffering. Bhagoji was afflicted with black leprosy, a debilitating disease that caused his body to ooze blood and pus, accompanied by a foul odor. Flies hovered over his open wounds, and his disfigured body bore the marks of the advanced stages of the disease. In those days, society treated lepers with cruelty and disdain, considering them cursed. People were afraid of coming near Bhagoji, avoiding him as though he were a plague. Even his own family shunned him, leaving him to survive alone on the fringes of community. Bhagoji's isolation grew, and though he rarely spoke or interacted with anyone, the rejection and cruelty of the villagers hurt him more than the disease itself. As his condition worsened, Bhagoji became bedridden, racked with fever and on the brink of death. His frail body seemed to be giving up, and his family, convinced he would not survive, awaited his end. But in this dark moment, Sai Baba came to Bhagoji's home. Seeing Baba approaching him, Bhagoji pleaded with Baba not to come near him, fearing Baba may be infected with the disease. Ignoring the stench in the diseased body, Baba approached him with compassion.
Bhagoji, do not fear. It is only love that I am here.
He then branded Bhagoji's back with a hot iron rod, a method that seemed harsh but carried Baba's divine energy. Miraculously, Bhagoji's fever subsided, and his condition began to stabilize. From that day onward, Baba brought Bhagoji to Dwarakamai and kept him close, caring for him personally. Baba fed him with his own hands, dressed his wounds, and made him his constant companion.
Bhagoji,
Baba said while dressing his wounds.
Your body is weak, but your soul is strong. Do not let the words of others wound you more than your disease.
Bhagoji, touched by Baba's love, replied,
Baba, it is not my disease that troubles me anymore. It is only the thought of being away from you. Promise me, Baba, that you will never send me away.
Baba was moved, placing his hand on Bhagoji's head.
You will always stay with me, Bhagoji. Your place is here, by my side.
As days turned into weeks, Bhagoji's leprosy stopped progressing. His sores began to heal, and the pain subsided. More importantly, Bhagoji had found peace in Baba's presence. Once Baba asked him,
Bhagoji, do you wish to be cured completely? I can grant this boon.
Bhagoji humbly replied,
Baba, I do not worry about my body, my disease, or my appearance. If I am healed, I fear I may not be able to serve you as I do now. Instead, I ask only for the boon to always remain with you and to never be refused your company.
Baba's eyes softened with affection. He assured Bhagoji that his wish would be fulfilled. Bhagoji's words touched Baba, reflecting the purity of devotion and selflessness that Baba himself cherished. News of Bhagoji's recovery spread through Shirdi and the neighboring villages, and people marveled at Baba's miraculous intervention. But for Bhagoji, the true miracle was not the improvement in his health. It was the transformation of his heart and the joy of serving Baba. From then on, Bhagoji became one of Baba's closest companions, often seen holding an ornamental umbrella over Baba's head during his walks to Lendi Bao Garden, where Baba spent time in meditation.